Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark, and we're sponsored by the developer Evil Hat Games. Use code BARDROCK10 at checkout to save on your order. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit dragonmastergames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoyed the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, quarterly backer games with the network community, and an annual swag bag. Now, without further ado, let's join Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, as well as myself, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Blades in Paradise, where the GM is nice, but not the dice, in this land of ice. I'm Paul, the GM for our first campaign. As always, I'm joined by the most courageously cunning criminals in Paradise.
Ready for a score on the 51st floor, it's Dr. Winston Thoreau. Hi everyone, I'm Jim, playing Dr. Winston Thoreau. I'm the whisper of the group. I handle all things supernatural and preternatural, being a board licensed phantasmologist and all. Fun fact about Dr. Winston Thoreau is that his favorite cheese is a nice baked brie.
Brie. It's very nice.
It is. It's with some crackers and some jam.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree?
Oh, no.
For our listeners, there was a collective gut punch of the players just now.
It was actually weird. Someone knocked on my door, said delivery from your players, walked in and punched me in the gut, and we had to edit the whole thing out.
Anyway, hi there. My name's Justin. I play that lovable scoundrel Maximilian Graves. I have no idea what Max is going to do at any given time. He is a separate entity from me, and to say that I've planned anything out would be heresy on my part. But we are about to find out a little bit more about Max's past, his present, and his past, and his past. Man, this dude's old. If the picture is anything to go by, so we're learning together.
And we're going to learn about his past participle.
It's always dangling.
Queenie and I play Lizzie Calhoun. And today's fact is, growing up, I never really paid attention to the weak looking at Victor Lord, but now that he's grown bigger, she keeps looking at him.
Yeah, it's because he was on that Gaston ridiculous amount of eggs diet growing up. Now he's as big as a barge.
Yeah, that's why.
Also, your past boyfriends are all... There's bits of your past boyfriends all making him up now, so...
No, the past boyfriend is now with Taylor.
Is that the missing piece, is that Victor Lord is the ex-boyfriend of Swift Killer this whole time?
But I was meaning Kelsey Travis is now dating Swift Taylor. And Kelsey Travis and I were dating.
Oh, Kelsey Travis. I remember that guy now. Oh, that's the guy that was trying to cheat at arm wrestling. I remember him now.
The tossed salad and scrambled egg guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Sibling Riley, I played Sterling, and I wanted to share what was going on in their head during the last terrible elevator ride. West, Northwest, Colorado, Pathfinder. Oh, Nathan, you just gotta fail in this. You're failing this. Turn your tail and split. We love a group holder. Look, what we just thrown you. Any damn thing you throw at us, foment, distress, leave your ass in the dust. Admit Doc's foment, fuck all to me till he had to be bad. Make life harder for we. Five the hound. We'll leave this place intact. Don't want to go and draw him a scoundrel pack. Got Lizzie, Max, and Winston, and we're winning the game. No rest. Sterling's the best, so remember the name. Which inevitably led to Ghostbusters theme being stuck in their head.
Well, for the second time in podcast history, because you put so much effort into your fact, I'm going to give you one bonus die you can use during today's session specific. And you can
in all of podcasts.
No, in this podcast history.
Thank you for the insight, Daddy.
No, all of you said in podcast history. It's all of podcast, except for oddly that one review show for The Valley on the Bravo Network where they handed out dice for some reason.
Blades Daddy, that's what we called him before. Thank you. You're encouraging bad behavior.
So, Paul, can we call you Dice Daddy instead of Keeper?
I thought it was Blades Daddy.
I feel like Anthony Birch might come at me legally if people start calling me Daddy on an actual play podcast, but I can't stop you.
We'll protect you from Anthony. Come
That's
at
true,
us.
you really can't.
He did lose the Daddy Magic trademark, so he may come after you hard on that next one.
You know, the guy has literally written porn. I don't want him coming at me.
I'm coming at his porn career.
Oh, God.
Guess we shouldn't say what I've written then.
Anyway.
Yes, high five.
But I also remind you that just like last time, you do have the ability to gift your bonus die to somebody if you choose not to use it yourself. Anyway. Last time, ESPN walked right through the front door of Famous Footwear facility. They traversed the Museum of Famous Family Feats, where they learned Winston was once a member of the famous family himself. You also saw Max was present more than 100 years ago at the groundbreaking of the City of Paradise, though he does not remember it. After surviving the trivia challenge and utterly vandalizing the gift shop, he took the elevator up to the research and development area. Famous Nathan announced over loudspeakers he knew Famous Nathan announced over loudspeakers he knew that you're here. That is where we resume our adventure. You are now on floor 51. You have exited the elevator and the doors closed behind you.
First things first, Sterling, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't like heights.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Okay, I will take that under advisement. Nathan, why don't you come out here and we can have a conversation about this?
I would love to, but as you might recall, the way that this building is laid out is you have to take the stairs at the opposite end of the floor on every floor. So it'd take just as long for me to go to you as it would take for you to come to me. And I already rigged all the floors with death traps to try and kill you, and I don't feel like disarming them all, so you come here.
You know, you've always been stubborn. Like, you've never been willing to meet anybody halfway in your life. Why not now?
I mean, why would I start now?
All right. What do we do?
Would you like to know what you see before you?
Well, how high up is the ceiling?
That is an excellent question. I'm going to go ahead and say the ceiling is approximately 20 feet high.
Oh, 20 feet. That's nothing. Sterling. Okay, stand here. Good doctor, stand on top of Sterling. And Lizzie, you get on top of the good doctor. And then I will climb to the top of you, push open the panel, and start pulling you all up into the next floor. We can bypass the stairs.
This is not, you're
That's
not
a
on an
great
office
idea.
floor. This is research and development. These are reinforced concrete things. This is not ceiling panel. You cannot see a ceiling panel. I will give you that without a roll.
Oh,
These are like rafters, like reinforced stone and steel.
well, you can't hurt an old man for trying.
Oh, that is a cool idea, but here, I'll give you the layout so you know what you can work with. As you enter the 51st floor, you see an elaborate series of conveyor belts, all passing through a series of fast-moving, automated heavy machinery. Only, it seems the machinery is running without any materials, as if someone knew you were coming and just wanted to use the factory floor as a death trap. Each conveyor belt winds around the floor in an unclear, non-linear pattern you can't easily discern from your current position. There are 5 conveyor belts in front of you, leaving no space to walk around them. Above you are 4 conveyor belts that appear to deposit on the ground where you now stand over your heads. So you get the impression that 4 of these conveyor belts just loop you back, and one of them is the path forward.
Now tell me, what exactly are they supposed to be researching and or developing here? This doesn't seem practical or logical for any type of proper product development.
You know that this was like the assembly part where they build the machineries that are being researched and developed. And it looks like someone modified, in the time you took to go up 50 floors, the layout to make 4 of them a death trap.
Wait, if it redeposits us exactly where we would start, then how is this... Nathan, this doesn't make any sense.
So when you look, you actually see a series of crushing pistons and saw blades and Tesla coils arcing electricity across it. It's hard to tell which one of them will safely arc you because of how it's laid out. It looks like you picked the wrong one. There's several factory machine things that will try and kill you.
I may have just pistoned myself.
Max,
Yes.
how many rats do you have in your foot?
Oh, let's see.
I have burglary here.
Oh yes, send Shadow.
I'm not killing my dog. I have burglary.
Here's a bone.
I have
Here's a bone.
burglary gear, which would
Good boy,
include a
good
set
boy.
of lock picks, which each pick is a different shape. Can I put a different lock pick on each of the conveyor belts and see which one comes back to me?
Sure, go ahead and try doing that.
They'll all come back to you. It's just some of them are smoking, some of them are irradiated, and one of them looks surprisingly like a penis.
You go ahead and do that. I won't make you roll because what happens is they go off in random directions. I assume you put one on each conveyor belt.
Right. And I make a note of which lockpick went to which conveyor belt, so I know which one to climb on and not get smashed.
All right, so you give it about a minute. They go through the conveyor belts. What you get back are 4 unrecognizable slags of crushed, melted, and ionized metal because they went through saw blades, crushing pistons, and electricity without any method to avoid them. And so they got pulverized to the point you have no idea which
But there's a 5th conveyor belt there. That would be the one I'd take.
Yes, but you don't know which one deposited. Like, you don't have a way of recognizing which conveyor belts returned and which one was the one that went back.
Nice.
Before you got back are unrecognizable.
The one above
slags
us.
of-
Well,
And the
that was a
one
good
below us.
try.
Yeah, there's it's like a garbage chute above you the conveyor belts feed into, if that makes sense.
Easy enough. There's 5 of us and 5 conveyor belts. I say we each take one.
There's only 4 of us, Max.
Shadow.
Unless you counted the dog.
Yes. Here, good boy. Sit here. Sit.
Did Ames meet me at the 51st floor like I asked him to?
Yes, Ames appears at the 51st floor. You heard lots of screaming and stuff down below. Like, there's definitely a thing. And Ames like, "Oh man, boss, you should have seen that last floor. There was like 100 of this guy in an orange jumpsuit, and he it took me forever to shake him."
Well, he was running really fast at you with his arms behind his back, was he not?
Yes, and he kept screaming like some incoherent word and spiraling balls of energy at me. It was really weird. He just kept doing the same attack over and over and over again, with no change in his strategy whatsoever.
Spiraling balls is very painful.
Yeah, you need to see a proctologist in that regard. Ames, could you do me a favor and follow each of these conveyor belts from the beginning to the end and let me know which one is
All right.
the safe one that is not going to destroy me?
Sure, boss. Roll a tune to try and guide him safely through these death traps, some of which could hurt him.
That's a 6 and a 2.
All right, with a 6, he gets jolted really good by some of the Tesla coils because electricity can hurt ghosts in this universe. He has a good idea.
point.
He's like, okay, I know 2 of them. I know for sure. You know, I got a little zap, so I don't remember which one was the safe one. But I know for a fact that conveyor belts 1 and 5 are no go. Don't take those. So now you're down to 2, 3, and 4.
All right, thanks, Ames, and I pop him back in the bottle and put him in my coat.
Normally, when he's like at full health, he's like a glistening white in the bottle. He's kind of like an off-white, kind of like that eggshell yellow white that like some people paint their houses.
That would be a crew.
No, you sure none of you want to just bull rush the 2/3 chance of going through a series of death traps and having to make a bunch of rolls to avoid getting killed? You don't want to just...
Well, I could always send a hand and a leg and a staff through if you...
Max, specifically as you're thinking about that, go ahead and roll study to examine the situation.
Roll study? All right.
Yes.
Oh, Max is getting to roll. I never roll. All right. Oh no. That's a 4.
All right, so with a 4, you barely recognize what could be a safety override switch on the far side of the conveyor belts, and you get the impression it is just slightly out of the reach of your extendo arm. You think if you could just get about 10 feet closer, which involves stepping on the conveyor belts, you might be able to reach it and shut these off. But it could also just be the light switches, because you see next to it several similar switches that might be the light switches. You have a 50-50 whether or not that's the correct switch.
I've lived a good, long life, I think. I'm pretty rough for a 40-year-old.
40? That you're wait a minute. How could you possibly be 40?
I was 40 once, okay?
Oh,
At least once.
is this like the thing where every year it's like, oh, I'm turning 40 again on my birthday, and you think
40
it's
and
cute, adorable,
holding.
but really it's It's kind of sad.
It's sad and depressing. I know.
Yes.
I'm a hollow man on the inside.
Max did not say 40 years old, however. He just said 40.
40 centuries old.
40.
Let's see. So,
Lizzie's just gonna go and hop on conveyor belt number 4.
oh no.
No.
Oh, I point out the switch.
All right, so by dumb fucking luck, Lizzie picked the right
No,
one.
that would be the roll of the die.
You watch as the conveyor
I
belt steers
seriously
her.
rolled for it.
Oh yeah, the dice god smile upon us on this.
Yeah, but dumb luck, you get by, and you actually watch before she turns the corner out of your sight as all the buzzsaws narrowly can't reach her, as all the Tesla coils seem to arch away from the path she's on, as all the crushing pistons don't intersect her path. And she gets to the end and she's fucking fine, and the safety switch is right there.
I hit it.
You just
She
see.
was a good woman. Her dog will be cooked properly in the morning feast, as is tradition.
I assume Lizzie flicks the safety override.
Yes, I do.
All the machinery shuts down, and you have an ordinary-ass floor of stationary conveyor belt.
Ooh, an ash floor.
Yes, the floor is made approximately 75% out of asses.
Leather?
Technically, leather, which is what is used to make some conveyor belts, is made from animal hide and could be made out of ass. So yes.
Ah, yes. It's like the place that the original Wienermobile was made.
Mostly asses, yes. Lips and asses.
You know, it's actually weird that a wiener is made out of asses if you think about it.
I don't think so.
What's wrong with that? Happy Pride, everybody.
For the listeners, it's topical. We're recording this in
6
June.
eggs.
Just
Yeah,
It's
even
not
though
aired.
it's gonna air in like November.
It's always Pride.
Always Deviant's Day when Max is around.
It's always Pride.
all right. So do you all walk across the conveyor belts that are now stationary and presumably
Well,
units?
Didn't get my chance to fight them, so can I just punch one
go
of
for
the stationary pistons?
Sure. Roll rec.
Sterling has some issues.
Nah, perfect character, no flaws. I rolled a 4.
With a 4, you hurt your hand real good. I'm not gonna make you mark harm. It's mostly shame.
I'm gonna add
But
stress
you
if you're
did
shaming
bend
me.
that one piston real good.
Mark
Oh no, that
three
would
shame.
kill me.
Now, technically, when you exceed your stress level, you just take a
Yeah.
trauma. So it wouldn't kill you.
Which
it would
also
just,
puts you out for the rest of the job.
yeah, but it
The
won't
person
kill
you
you.
knew. Trauma does strange things.
The person you once knew as Sterling.
The new Sterling hates Beanie Babies. He hates them.
They hate them, and we'd have to have a conversation about which one of the traumas Sterling would get. We'd have to look at the context of which. Anyway, neither here nor there. But you have solved my conveyor belt puzzle. Good job. Now see a giant sign, and on the other side of the 51st floor, you're at the midway point. It says "Employee Break Room."
We could use a break after that.
No, this is where they go to break the employees who are not behaving properly. This is more of a punishment and capital punishment, not capital punishment, that's death. What is corporal punishment? Corporal
Yes.
punishment.
Corporate.
Corporal punishment.
Yeah. So
Corporal.
I'm going to add to I'll add to my description of this room now. On the left side, you actually see a wall of BDSM tools, including like a paddle and a whip and a stirrup and all that good stuff.
Happy Pride Day.
This isn't BDSM because BDSM and proper kink is responsible and consensual and not, exploitive.
It's just the SM.
Yeah, I refer to them as tools. To be fair, they could be used for that purpose. They're being misused.
Fair enough.
Although technically, it was not stated by Winston whether or not the employees wanted
This
to
is
be
very
punished. So
true.
maybe it is consensual.
Just realized
You don't know their life.
And let me tell you, they hated every second of that punishment. It was not something that anyone consented to. It was part of the contracts that they signed, but they
Then why
did not
did they
consent to the
sign the
punishments.
contract?
I'm a little turned on.
Because no one ever reads those
Wonka
things.
did.
I mean, who reads those?
And you have to sign it. Anyway, conveniently, a video monitor pops on, and there's a video of someone going,
Exactly.
there's just a video of somebody being spanked by a paddle going, "Please, sir, may I have another?" over and over again. Happy Pride Month.
I mean, think about it. Like, all of a sudden, iTunes tells you it needs to update your library, but you need to go ahead and listen to the song that you need to listen to because you're about to go on your run. So you just click OK. You don't actually read the contract that you're agreeing to.
What are you running from?
I passed.
Are you running from your past?
I think
Yes, I just.
you
I
are
just
too, man.
said I was running. I'm running past.
That you don't
I
remember.
fully embrace my past. If I knew what it was.
I am, however, going to describe the room now. The employee break room, in addition to the weird BDSM wall, is a large square area in the center of the 51st floor, separating the two halves of R&D on the floor, with walls of windows on the southern and northern sides. As the last of you clear the conveyor belt, you have a moment to take in the rows of tables, lowly coffee pot, and grossly overpriced vending machine. On the far side of the break room is a single door with a sign over it that says Animal Testing.
Oh.
You think they're...
Max, I think your pets
No,
are
I
in
know
here.
what you're thinking. They're not testing on the animals. They're testing the animals themselves.
like an animal aptitude test?
Exactly. You're trying to determine exactly which one is the strongest, which one is the smartest, which one is the most dangerous, which one can be used for weaponization and for destruction of civilization at large.
Above board, that is completely accurate. That's what these rooms are going to be. These animals are being tested for how effectively they can kill you. But that's
I'm in
not
your brain,
for
Paul.
now. This also existed because you all last time yes-anded there being a puppy room that I was co-signed off of. So one of these rooms does have deadly puppies in it.
Deadly puppies.
Can I check the vending machine?
Sure. We'll wait a second. Sure, go ahead and check the vending machine.
Some oatmeal cookies, maybe?
It's a 5 and a 4 on my study. So it's a 4.
All right, what were you checking the vending machine for? Just what kind of good stuff in there?
I'm looking to see if there's anything that is exceptional. You know how sometimes you'll be at the most random spot in the world, and they'll have the one bag of chips that you haven't seen or heard of in 25 years. It's something very regional in choice, but it's the best bag of chips you'll ever have in your life.
All right, so let me ask you this: what is Winston's nostalgic? Everyone's got their comfort childhood treat. Thing that they go, oh, this is the best thing I ever had because I associated with that one time I was happy.
You know those cosmic brownies that you get from Little Debbie, I believe? They're
yes.
Crappy fudge brownies with M&Ms, and he's looking for a cosmic brownie.
All right, you do see it. However, remember how I said this machine's overpriced? It will actually cost you 1 coin to get it.
Or we just open it up.
Sterling, can you break the glass and take those out?
Yes, I'd love
Uh,
to.
why hurt your hand? Just use the stock of my rifle.
I will remind you all politely that you actually have a magical flashlight that opens all locked devices.
I'm punching
Yeah,
it.
the sign's right there.
Fair enough.
It's their vice. What can I say? It's their vice.
And go ahead and roll rec to shake this vending machine very vigorously.
Who would pay a full coin for a brownie? Is there any coin in it? We could retire.
That was a big old 5.
And with a 5, you don't jiggle them loose, but you do shake it so much the glass breaks, and now you just reach in.
I'd like to grab all the crappy treats then, and Winston can have the brownies. Well, not all of them. I will share if anyone else wants them, obviously.
No, there was a single cosmic
Oh.
brownie in there. Because no one was going to pay a full fucking coin for it. It was the only thing priced 1 coin. It was that one, a claw machine, how there's the one prize that's worth $60, and all the rest of it's
Everything
junk.
else was sold out?
The Little Debbie's brownie was...
It was priced in there to spite
No.
me. They knew I liked these.
That's true. However, if you eat the cosmic brownie, it has the benefits of the hero sandwich from several episodes ago, where you can either relieve stress or remove a harm.
Magic brownie.
I'm gonna pop that in my bag.
Why is there an iPhone 5 in here, brand new in the case? That's weird.
Yeah, considering the iPhone 5 was last made 50 years, not 50 years ago. No, I'm sorry, 400 years ago.
They had a retro resurgence 50 years ago.
Yeah, inside of the vending machine is
Apple
definitely
would
full
never
of
do
food.
that.
It's the iPhone 5 Plus. They probably actually made that star.
Your hand
I'm
and the
sorry.
numbers just cycling
I think
through
that was
again.
the last iPhone
Adding
I ever
random
owned.
sprinkles.
Yeah, I will point out we had the Xbox One, followed by the Xbox 360,
Mhm.
followed by the Xbox Series One. Anyway,
That's
It
just
is.
lazy writing.
yeah, not believable world building. We're canceled. All right, so you have smashed open the vending machine. I will go ahead and say, because you have broken it up, yes, there is one coin, because someone bought the other cosmic brownie stocked in the machine. You can have one coin for your vandalism. As penance for me pricing it at the cost of one coin. In theory, someone at some point bought that brownie.
May I carefully extract that coin and with Lizzie's thieves' tools kind of dust it for prints?
Why? What are you doing? What are you going to do with this information?
No, I want to do this, actually. So, okay, go ahead, Max. Roll... actually, who's better at study, you or Queen? Because Queen has a thing where under controlled circumstances, she can study real good, because I gave her a computer brain.
Will say I probably do.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 in study.
Alright, go ahead and roll with your bonus die for study, Queen. This is controlled. Great.
It's never too late to stock up on blackmail. Or blackmails, for that matter.
I got a crit. I got double 6s.
Alright, so what you see is, you look at this, you see fingerprints, and you're like, your brain's automatically like, okay, I'm gonna ignore Max's fingerprints on this thing, right? Because obviously he touched it, so his fingerprints are there. There are no other fingerprints there, but there's lots of Max's fingerprints.
I hate you, Paul.
At some point in his life that he does not remember, Max bought the other cosmic brownie from this vending machine.
It's like clearly fresher prints and some older ones.
Exactly. That's what we in the DM business call a yes but.
Queenie, Lizzie, did we find anything of value? She's my queen.
I'm not your queen. No, all I found were your prints. So unless you bought the other brownie years ago?
I don't understand. I didn't touch the coin, though. That's strange. Ooh, what if they're trying to blackmail me?
Alright, now Max, now I do want you to roll a study.
Okay. So... oh boy. Yeah, I got a 1.
With a 1, you start rummaging through your pockets. You do not find, but you drop on the ground, everyone else sees, the other cosmic brownie that's been in your pocket for a questionable number of years.
Still pristine.
Oh no, these things have so many preservatives in them, they do not go bad. Wait a minute, you've had this whole time and you've been holding out.
Do what?
Now, I will point out that for the sake of a really dumb joke, I just gave you a second hero sandwich.
That's amazing.
Is he not magnanimous?
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Where are we now, Llewellyn?
Well, Meanie, it looks like we've arrived in a universe where Jump Leads is part of the Bard Rock network of podcasts.
The Bard Rock Network? Wow! That's a whole new audience ready to experience our adventures jumping through parallel universes, like when we found that colony of religious robots, or the time we were chased by a knife-wielding dinosaur.
What about when you spent a whole episode looking for a bathroom?
We don't have to talk about that.
Listen to the scripted sci-fi comedy podcast audiences are calling hilarious with a lot of heart and wit. Jump Leads, Season 1 available now, wherever you get your podcasts. Season 2 coming soon.
Who was that?
Sounds like this reality is actually an ad spot.
An ad spot? Wait, so none of this is canon?
It was, until you asked that question.
You're now halfway through the break room, and you realize you didn't do anything about the law enforcement that were on your trail after you set them off. You didn't initiate your distraction to maybe redirect them or anything, so through the windows of each side of the room, officers rappel down and smash in, 4 in total. That would probably be fine if there were just 4 of them and 4 of you after all. But then their commanding officer comes in. Their feet are raucous, just like Sterling's boots. More machine than man, a steampunk cyborg with a furnace for a chest lands in front of them. Pipework circling around their shoulders with a single digital red eye moving back and forth, and a visor-like opening where their eyes would normally be. This unit has been charged with your arrest. Surrender or be eliminated.
I think they're talking to you, Sterling.
My guy was outside watching the building for any intrusions.
It was probably inside the building already, wouldn't it?
Well, here's the thing. You guys had him positioned to watch the entrances. These guys came in from the fucking roof.
Why is there a police department on top of this roof?
Crunch time.
There is a helicopter.
You suspect they took a helicopter there. So there was a
I
helicopter pad on the
suspect
roof.
nothing.
I would like to do a flashback.
Okay.
So we cut to a place in the wasteland. That's about a 2-hour drive outside of Paradise. And that is the compound of the Hot Topic, where Winston Thoreau and Spencer Grift are having a conversation in Spencer's throne room, I guess is kind of the best way to describe it. Now, Spencer, I understand that you couldn't just hold on to the soul bottle. But you see, when I gave it to you as collateral, you and I had a gentleman's agreement, did we not?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, my hands were tied. I'm glad you understand that.
And I believe that you said something along the lines of about a man is as good as his word. And now I'm not going to say that you couldn't do anything. I understand exactly what the circumstances were and that you had to give it up. But I am going to ask for you to do a little favor for me sometime in the next couple days. Why don't we have a longer discussion about this? Because I think the same people that took the bottle from you are the same people that I'm trying to get. You see, do you know Famous Footwear?
Ah, yes, I know all about the famous family. It was Granny Smith herself that took the bottle.
Have your cohorts ever taken the factory tour before?
I mean, we are mechanics by trade largely. A few of us used to work at Famous Footwear back in the day, in the R&D department even.
If I was to ask you to meet me there at R&D, maybe about an hour or two after we were to break in, you'd be able to do so?
I mean, I'd have to... do you have a point of egress for us so we can get up there? Or
Boss, that would be a point of ingress. Egress is when you leave. I'm sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, he raises a good point.
Oh yeah, that was me not enunciating well. My apologies.
I think you come on up, and then you could do what we're planning to do, which is either parachute down or sneak our way out.
Sure, roll sway, and the result is going to determine how much stress you take, because if you roll, well on sway, I'm going to make you take very little stress. If you roll poorly, you're going to take more stress.
Sure. 4 and a 2.
Alright, the 4 I'm going to do in the middle, you're going to take 2 stress for this flashback. You told them to follow you, so you actually hear, behind you, some sort of pounding noise. Nathan's locked the elevator, and your guys are stuck in the elevator. But there is an open button for the elevator right next to it if one of you goes back over there, over the conveyor belt, which are currently still deactivated.
Can I use my sonic screwdriver to open it from a distance?
I'm going to make you roll Tinker for that, but as long as you get a mixed success, it will work. I've seen the Doctor on Doctor Who sonic screwdriver stuff from a while away.
That is a 5.
The 5, you do it, and you make a quick motion. You turn, you point the thing, it opens the thing, and one of the officers shoots your screwdriver out of your hand. It goes clattering across the floor. You do not have it for the rest of this encounter.
Fair.
But you do have 4 big, meaty mechanic people wielding some sort of, desert punk Mad Max shit, guns, helping you out now.
You actually just shot at me? This is a flashlight, and you shot at me.
This unit said you will be eliminated if you did not surrender. You did not surrender. Motherfucker.
There's no need for that. That's just rude and disrespectful.
Necessary.
Punch time, yes?
Always punch time.
Sterling, be a dear and destroy.
Destroy!
I will, just before Sterling does that, though. I have a feeling Queenie has an itchy trigger finger and doesn't want to accidentally shoot Sterling.
I trust her. Coming in like Reptar.
All right, Queenie, tell me how you're going about shooting who. There are 4 police officers and Steampunk Robocop.
I'm going to use my pair of pistols and aim at 2 of the officers and try and shoot them both at the same time.
You can either roll hunt or you can use your wraths that you get once per day to take a bunch of stress to guarantee 2 headshots.
I planned on doing that.
Alright, cool. So, blip, blip. Time seems to slow down, and you hear this. Both your hands instinctively load, and you watch like a little outline appear over the body part you're targeting, and there's like a percentage, and it says like 98%. You're confident you'll land both shots. And you'll feel like the strain in your mind from perceiving time in this way as you fire off both shots, and those 2 police officers are just deleted.
And how much stress do I take?
2 stress per headshot.
So 4.
Oh.
Yes. If you have less than 4 available, you can just cap out and not take any more stress for the rest of this heist. I will let you have that leisure.
No, I actually had a clear bar.
Cool, so you take 4 stress.
Nice.
And those 2 police officers are never going to see their families again.
Just as they hit the ground, their wallets fall out of their jackets, and pictures of their wives and children
birthday card
roll out and roll to the ground right at Lizzie's feet.
And actually what happens is the 2 other human officers, one of them goes to their partner and goes, "Oh man, he was 1 day from retirement." And the other one turns to the other dead one and goes, "Man, that was his first day on the job."
That's a short.
His daughter's wedding was this weekend.
You notice my gun smoking, and I just look at Sterling, and I'm like, your turn.
Alright, it's the last day of the job for everybody. I would like to mash their heads together.
Alright, the two normies.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, roll skirmish to coconut crush their heads together.
Coconut crush. Adding that to my Pokemon card attacks. I rolled a 5 and 4.
So you bonk them real good, but they are not unconscious. I have little blocks for them. I am marking some segments. But yeah, they are stunned.
But you bonked them real good.
You did bonk them real good. What's going to happen is, one of them is stunned. The other one, while you are coconut crushing them, does flail blindly with their taser stick. And you are going to take a level 1 harm for tasered.
Not taser rude.
No, they did not bring a taser rude. They just brought a stun stick.
My sheet.
Yeah, so you've been tasered. You have -1 if you have reduced effect, I think is what a first level harm will be for you. Alright, so that leaves Max and Winston.
Max take up, and then I'll have my beefy boys go in a second.
I go get, see if there's any coffee ready.
There is some very cold, stale coffee in the pot, because it's been sitting there and the burner auto turned off like at least 2 hours ago.
Yes, I calmly just walk over there and pick up the pot and act like it's very hot, and then I splash it in someone's face, expecting them to go, distracting them.
Alright, roll sway?
Actually, I won't splash it in their face. I'll splash it in their furnace chest, if I remember correctly.
Okay, that sounds like a roll hunt for that very particular splash zone.
Yes. Actually, I'm not bad at that one.
I'll give you a bonus die because this is clever.
Oh, okay. So I got a 6 and a 1.
I mean, hey, that's still a 6, so you splash it and you hear like when you pour water on a hot burner sometimes, like if your pasta boils over, it makes that sizzling sound, and there's a bunch of steam, but the burner keeps going. It is very unpleasant, and you get the impression RoboCop, who had the biggest clock to stop him, has marked off several segments. But his furnace is still going, because if you poured room temperature coffee on an actual furnace, it would mildly inconvenience the furnace.
Yes, it's mildly inconvenient, like your wife the other night. Sorry, it's the best I can do is such short notice. Like your wife the other night.
My wife is dead, you asshole. Also, it smells terrible in here now.
Can anyone just... I'd like to just circle back to the point that you have a wife?
RoboCop did have a wife, and she did die.
Actually, why...
All combat stops at this point. We all just stop and start talking.
The turn was his wife died in an accident that he got injured in.
But RoboCop himself did not have a furnace in his chest, so I'm confused to which is the...
I mean, it's for the steampunk aesthetic. Don't overthink that part.
Okay, fine. That's fair. I wasn't sure if it was a reference to the the actual IP of RoboCop or if it was just an easy way of shortcutting the explanation
It's
for RoboCop.
the regular IP with a steampunk overlay.
Yeah, that's all it is. We put an Instagram filter over it.
Yep.
And that's how you do fair use, everybody.
Is everyone gone? No.
No, I was just going to order the Beefy Boys to smash into RoboCop with their crowbars and chains and other various blunt objects.
Ooh.
Okay, I had them enter the scene with garbage punk machine guns, but if you wanted the melee, that's cool. Go ahead and roll sway to have the melee, because that's much nicer to me.
Well, if they have guns, they could shoot me, and I don't want that. It's happened before. A 4 and a 2. You big boys, smash the robot!
Yeah, so they run up to RoboCop, and RoboCop coconuts 2 of them together, and they are out of the combat. And the other 2 clobber him real good and mark some more segments off of his clock.
I certainly hope you have not paid these gentlemen for their services yet.
No, they owe me a favor. It's a goth favor, so it's only like half as good, but they owe
Oh
me a favor.
yes, there's always that goth favor. You've got emo favor, then goth favor, then something about capitalism. Yes, terrible.
No one circled back to the 2 remaining police officers are just mildly mean. They are
Circle back. I think I was pretty clear about what I was doing.
I was pretty clear too.
Yeah, no, I was like, wait, nobody. I looked at it like, oh wait, no, I marked the harm cloud. Yeah, no, they were 4, and Lizzie deleted 2 of them, and Sterling partially erased.
May I remind you of what I did to the other unconscious people in our last episodes?
We're trying to forget.
I would like to wear their armor, as a disguise.
Skin is not armor. We keep telling you.
It is to me. Have you seen how skin is on me? It's like this tissue-thin flapping stuff is terrible.
I mean, I can see his heart beating in his chest when he takes his shirt
This
off.
is very
Yes.
sounding.
All 3 of my nipples exposed to the cold winds.
So, you all, as you finish this round of combat with RoboCop and his flunkies, you hear a whirring sound as all of the conveyor belts turn back on behind you. There is no path of retreat from this encounter anymore. However, more notably, the Tesla coils rearrange themselves as Famous Nathan is just controlling this room from a video game controller somewhere in his sanctum, and he blasts lightning at RoboCop and revitalizes him slightly.
Dr. Rush, motherfucker.
Does he have a Nintendo Power Glove or something? This is annoying.
See, Nathan could never get anyone to play with him, so he always had to play with himself. Wait.
And Famous Nathan actually puts on a video display screen, and you see him wearing a steampunk version of Nintendo's Power Glove. He's like, I love the Power Glove. It's
Problem
so
is,
bad."
you can't put the lube on the Power Glove, or you'll have some small problems that... Actually, go ahead.
He plays dry.
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
We are just going to really traumatize somebody.
We're terrible. We're the heroes of this story?
No,
Oh, not at all.
Any adjective is technically correct if you put quotes.
I don't know
around
if anyone else.
I mean, Lizzie just brutally murdered 2 men.
it. To be fair, their deaths were quick and
Oh, I
painless.
have to fix that.
I was marine
I don't
efficient.
know.
Max is going to bring them back to life to kill them slower.
Well, I'm Bronx inefficient.
Whoever would like to go next, Queenie and Riley did go first and last time. Either of them like to go now.
Is anyone actually on top of
Yeah.
the RoboCop?
I mean, Max is vaguely within 10
My point is, if I aim at RoboCop, am I going to hit one of my teammates?
I would say you're safe from hitting
Okay.
your teammates at this juncture.
I'm super scrawny.
Just please don't shoot my beefy boys.
Yeah, they're 4 unconscious beefy boys because RoboCop dispatched
I'm
them very
going
quickly.
to aim for RoboCop, though.
Roll to hunt. I'm going to ask you before you roll, do you have any special features you'd like to use since you're shooting a cyborg and not a fleshy dude?
No, not right now. But that's okay. I rolled a 4 and a 6.
Okay, just checking.
So I did roll a 6.
Alright, so with a 6, you shoot and you hit one of the little steam pipes that like kind of bring this thing, and you punch a hole in it, and steam starts blasting out of his shoulder. And as he does that, Winston, you can feel the spirit bottle on your waist with aims in it, kind of like gently vibrating in response to the steam being released.
Okay.
Who's the closest to me that's standing up?
So you still have the 2 semi-conscious police boys in front of you if you want to deal with them. Otherwise, RoboCop is the primary threat.
I'll squish the little guys.
Yeah, it should be relatively trivial as long as you don't fail. Go ahead and roll.
Can I do like 2-fisted falcon punch right in their faces?
Double
Absolutely.
fisting, yes.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the queer person here or not, but I want to say I feel like we're doing a good pride job. I'm happy with this recording. That was a 2 and a 6.
Alright, well, with a 6, you clobber them both. They are unconscious. You did not kill them. Max will take care of that for you later.
He might kill them. He'll definitely skin them.
You know, I am actually a little weary of them surviving that. Not in a questioning, like, feasibility, but in a I'd rather they just not.
That's fair. I kind of...
Could I send Shadow over to bite their throats out?
I mean, sure, Shadow can use his action economy to kill the unconscious defenseless man whose daughter's ballet recital.
He was just gonna show up drunk and ruin it anyway.
It's my anniversary.
His iPhone 5 falls out of his pocket in FaceTime.
Last year he heckled the other children.
His daughter answers to see.
Daddy, you got me a doggy? Puppy.
We're the heroes.
Winston.
I see it. Paul, out of above board. Do I have how many spirit bottles do I have?
3.
3? Okay.
You possessively procured 3 before this mission.
All right, Max. What are you trying to tell me right now? I think I see that. I can feel the bottle vibrating in my jacket pocket.
The steam, the opening. Get it. Do it.
I would like to try to take the bottle that is in my coat and put the steam pipe into the bottle so that way the spirit drains out into the spirit bottle.
I want to let you roll a tune. That's your good stat, and I feel like this is more about you getting up and close and personal. I'll make you roll finesse.
Ooh.
Finesse? Okay, what am I? I don't think I rolled that. Oh.
Yeah, because RoboCop's going to try punching you away if you get up close to him to do that, though.
Alright, and so I will push myself and take... Oh, do I push myself? No, I can't push myself here because I don't have enough stress to take.
I will remind everybody, Sterling does have a bonus die that they can give you if they so desire.
Oh yeah, this is important. Here you go. Power fist bump.
I'm assuming RoboCop turns to face Sterling, who he perceives, rightly so, to be the most serious threat in the room. And I hop on his back and try to pop the spirit bottle right on that flailing hose with a 5 and 6.
Yes, the flailing hose.
Yeah, so you get on there, and first of all, you are going to, because you have mixed success, he's bucking like a bronco. And also, steam is fucking hot. You just put your hand on it, so you're going to take a level of harm for burning
I had
hand.
a 5 and a 6.
5 and a 6. For some reason I heard 5 and a 4. Okay, you bottle it up. You still get shaking around like a bronco, but you will not burn your hand.
Yeah.
You watch the spirit bottle power up, and you see him start powering down, and you remember, oh hey, he's a cyborg, and so he comes able to move. He's like, I cannot move. And you realize he's still alive in there because only his body was powered by ghosts.
Oh
my!
And now he's trapped inside a motionless body.
Come to the club.
Well, now we have to kill him.
I was like you once, old man. Do not judge me so quickly. I knew you remembered me, Max. It has been so long.
I was just taking a stab in the dark, which is what this is. Stab.
Yeah, because he is, completely immobilized, I'm not going to make you roll. You stab him in his exposed, under chin neck, which is, what RoboCop has for things.
There was so much character development there, just waiting, but no.
Too early yet.
There was somebody who remembered Max from years ago, and now you'll never know.
Wait, could I use my 3rd spirit bottle to try to capture his body as it leaks?
Sure, roll a tune to get what's left of RoboCop's spirit. as he goes to the mortal coral.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 3 and a 2, so I'm gonna fail that one.
Yeah, no, you try to attune to it, and his spirit just dispels because you were a little too anxious, and you did it before it was done dissipating from the body. So you kind of like splintered it, and you get the impression that his ghost is half destroyed, partially destroyed, partially passed on to the other realm, and partially trapped in his body. You're concerned which part's which.
Yes.
This man has a terrible afterlife, and you should feel bad about it.
Suffering, it's what fuels me.
I think I broke that man's ghost, and I don't like it.
What?
I tried to capture him, and I got part of it, and then the other part stayed, and the other part went bye-bye forever. And now... Oh, I feel gross. Okay, I think I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, and if you like attune to that bottle, you just hear an uncomfortable wailing sound. It sounds even more sick and disturbed than those melted ghosts, and the bottle is green.
What do we do?
I'm gonna give the green bottle to Max.
You listen to it, and just know that everything is right in the world. It's almost like a hymnal and a lullaby all wrapped in one. Just hold it up to my ear, close my eyes, and smile.
Max, you hold on to this.
Thank you.
Do you remember the idea we had for our battery?
Yes.
I think I may have figured it out.
Whoa. We're not making one of those, are we?
No. But it might be that bad.
Well, just as long as, we test it on the animals first. I believe there's a room just across the way.
Is there some of him stuck in his body?
There is some of him stuck in his body.
Just the love for his wife remains in his body.
Can we burn it or something?
You contemplate how you're going to incinerate somebody who's already part furnace. And you realize you'd have to mutilate the fleshy part of his body to do it.
I'm on it.
Everything else, Paul.
Everything will melt.
Everything is beautiful. We love our jobs.
So that you can spend time going down the stairs and dropping him in the volcano room and
I'm not
coming back
carrying
up.
him.
It's just 50 flights of stairs. That'll melt him, though. You can drop him in the volcano room.
I just run him back real quick and then I catch up with you all.
Make sure you take a selfie with that iPhone 5.
You guys bookmarked where to go for the volcano room.
No idea what either of you
You have a
said just
fast
now.
travel point specifically to and from the volcano room. Just this one
Beautiful.
time. And you used it for this purpose.
Oh, I expected to be penalized for it, but I was going to do it anyway.
That's fine. Now, for the sake of expediency, and because I don't want you guys to graphically describe mutilating his body to use his furnace on the fleshy part,
Yes,
we're going to
please.
move forward.
Sterling has been gone for like 2
I
hours.
was not going to let Max do that. Full thing going.
All right, do you all proceed through the door that says animal testing?
Lizzie
Absolutely.
does.
Yes.
Reluctantly. I cover Frederick's eyes.
You enter the animal testing area and find yourselves in a small room with another door across the way. This room has no windows and only one other door. The one other door. Basically, the one you came in, the one across. However, there are vents in the floor and ceiling and a sign over the head that says Decontamination Chamber. Green gas starts pouring in rapidly from the floor and ceiling. You aren't immediately sure what it does, though it does smell very strongly of hot dog water. If you check the door across the way, it is barred from the other side, made of reinforced steel. You do not see any control panels or consoles to disable the gas. Will your party be able to escape the gas chamber? Will we ever find out what Max's whole deal is? And why does the gas smell like fucking hot dog water? Find out next time on Blades in Paradise.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Faith Queenie Long as Lizzie Calhoun, and Mel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Dami Widener is our editor. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrocknetwork, starting at just $3 a month. You can join us on Discord, you can come play games with us. We'll even send you network swag at the end of the year. You can visit our sponsor, Evil Hat Games, and use code BARDROCK10 to buy cool games like Blades in the Dark, and let them know we sent you. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, word of mouth, or rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friends.